Namaste, Samaste. Let us pray and bow to our beloved Gurudev, beloved Shri Guruji, masters of the lineage, and all masters of the world religions of all times and places. Let us bow to each other, remembering the divinity within. Let us salute to all governments of the world. Those are sincerely fighting COVID-19. Let us today discuss something about civilization and culture, and what are their perspectives of failure and that of success. If you look to the modern world today, you will find a vast range of exhibition of civilizational prosperity in the transport, in the communications, and also in the kitchen system, this particular dress system. There's a vast advancement. If the Adam and Eve will come down on earth today, they will be confused as to where they are. They could have never believed in those days. They might not have dreamt of so much of advancement. Years and years, millenniums after millenniums of the past away. Civilization, material prosperity. Wherever you see today, be it a submarine diving deep in the bottom part of the sea, or a ship sailing on the surface of the waves, or the aviational systems, jet fighters, bombers, passenger aeroplanes, including that of the Rafale. What a vast range of development. Landing on the moon is also a victory of the civilization. But what next? Is this civilization giving me, you and everybody peace every time? Then why the people are confronted with so much of disease, so much of difficulty, discontentment, dissatisfaction, distress, and millions world around are spending their nights sleepless, only tossing in the bed left to right. Why? So much of development in the system of the hospital and that of the treatment, medical surgery. But why we can't have a disease-free society? Why this civilization has not gone to the peak point where there will be no disease, no coronavirus? What is this shortfall? The material development, unidirectional development, has caused the problem. There must be a balance between the growth of civilization that is external, that is visible, that stands for comfort and convenience, with cultural growth, inner growth, growth of peace, tranquility in the mind, which is not visible so much, but its impact is visible. Its impact is felt. Humility, simplicity, goodness, that is visible, that can be understood from our behavior. If civilization stands for material development, but the cultural development stands for finer sensibilities of a nation, goodness of a nation, sense of hospitality, speaking the truth, evolution and the practice of yama and niyam, I need not elaborate on them. They belong to the camp of culture. The evolution of yoga, practice of the prayer and meditation, they belong to the culture, philosophy, growth of the Vedas, Upanishads, Gita, Quran, Bible, Tripitak, and the like. They were part of the culture. philosophic finalities, discussions on them, and observation on them of our life. If they are observed through holy practice, then I shall become good, you shall become good, everybody shall become good. For many millenniums, men, scholars of sociology, rishis and munis, seers, philosophers, poets, religious leaders, stalwarts of philosophic contemplation have dealt with this subject, searching for a good life, searching for a good society. This twin search, searching for a good life at home, searching for a good society at homeland, then goodness within and goodness without. How can that search be fulfilled? How can that search become fruitful? They made the search, they arrived at certain philosophic decisions. If you look to that of Ramayana days of India, around 7,000 years old. If you look to Mahabharata era, around 5,000 years old. If you look to the Greek philosophic civilization that belongs to Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, they speak of this search. Search for a good life, search for a good society. To make the life beautiful, ancient seers in India, they talked of Chatuh Patha, Pantha, Chatuh Purushartha, 4 ways of evolution, 4 ways of social and spiritual evolution. Every man and woman has to course through 4 pages. Dharma, pursuit of philosophic and religious aspects. Artha, earning money, having good income, possessing wealth, acquiring properties, using them for personal purpose and social purpose. Kama, to create a home, homemaking, to provide a progeny for the future, to enable the wheel of civilization to continue. One phase of population growing further. Planet is never populationless. This planet must have a humanity. Kama. Dharma, Artha, Kama. The 3 are leading towards salvation. So these 4 ways shall give us, men and women, success in life and salvation at the end of the life. And for that, the Indian seers and scholars, they thought that man must go within. There are 2 tendencies, external tendency and internal tendency. External tendency will make us extrovert, and the internal will make us introvert, going within. What Socrates said on that day, I discard the philosophical results, I discard the philosophical conclusions of the yesteryears. I search for a new. Young man, can you tell me where is God? Where is heaven? Where is soul? And what is your self-desire? What is the goal of your life? What is the goal of your city life? Questioning. A person, a scholar, a seer, going around these streets, squares, whomever he comes across, hello, my friend, I have a question for you. And when he's bidding farewell to the boy or the girl or whoever be, keep on questioning yourself to find yourself within. Quest for inner journey, finding the soul within. Plato and Aristotle, they belong to that school of Socrates. Plato suggested that the ideal, that is the being in the heaven, we on the earth, this planet, shall become like that being. He presented two polar ideals. One ideal, supreme ideal, that is the being, that is the highest truth, the highest realities. And on the earth, we have to emulate, follow, try to achieve, move in the direction of that reality. Only one sublime reality. Aristotle said, Platonic ideals cannot be so easily understood, cannot be so easily practiced by the common man. He clearly distinguished into three classes: ideals, sub-ideals, and anti-ideals. Very much closer to that of the definitions given by the ancient seers in India. Higher ideals. Those are made of that, they are gods, deva. Sub-ideal, where pragmatism is mixed with idealism. That is the label of manava, the man. Where all these principles are abnegated, they are Danava, demons. Three clear classes. You have to choose where you are, and you have to choose how to catapult yourself to another, higher, and higher. That is the quest for the truth through evolution. Always journey upwards, not downwards. Sri Gurudev used to say, journey must begin from that of Muladhara towards the north, upward, concentrate Kutastha, soul center, and finally catapult yourself to the fontanel, merge with the formless journey toward the north, upward journey. Success in material life, and finally salvation at the end of the life. Similarly, this particular Greek people, the Greek philosophers, brought about division in the soul. Division means the quality of the soul. Plato said, every man's soul is divided into three parts: reason, spirit, and appetite. If the reason is dominating in that gentleman, he is a man of reason, a man of gold, philosopher, statesman. If the spirit aspect of the soul is dominant, he is a protecting class. He belongs to the protecting class, the army, general shoulders. He will hold a sword and guard the society. Where appetite is more dominant, he belongs to the working class, producing class. And the three aspects, sometimes they are dominating and sometimes they are also sublimated, depending on the pursuits, the particular trials, the endeavors, the efforts that particular man is happy to engage with. If that is not done, he's confused. He's lost in the struggle of life. The men of gold, the men of silver, the men of bronze should combine themselves to create a new society where search for the good life, search for the social life will be beautiful, achieved. To make it clear and more understanding, I, with the help of a few Sanskrit words, present you a situation, create a scenario of evolution to help you to find, to help me to find where I am, at what level of the evolution, and what level you are at your respective scale of evolution. A few Sanskrit words. Jana. In Sanskrit, what jana means? A class of people, though their philosophy of life is limited to eating, mating, and begetting. Exactly the animal life. Only a human form. His spine is vertical. He has two legs. Now he's able to walk. 2 hands, he can work. He can collect fruits, flowers, he can collect barks, roots, and he can have his own collections. It's little different. But the 3 categories of function that the animal is commissioned to do, he's now doing the same thing: eating, mating, and begetting in the level of procreation. Evolution brings him little upwards. No more he's a nomad, moving from that part to that part of the jungle, to the woods, that region to that region, in search of food, in search of settlement. He now settles down at one place: a river bank, a ocean shore, foothill of a mountain, a valley, a delta, or something like that. Now he's a settler, no more a nomad. He's a local. He settles down, no more a nomad. But still, there's no distinction, no categorical distinction from that of the animal kingdom. Now, the procreation has led to settlement, because procreation leads to population progeny. So they want to settle them together, to create a new crowd of clan, to create a good number of kinsmen, to create a good family, a chain of family, a village, a settlement. The first phase of city life. Now, they were gesticulating. They were having only animal voice. They could not communicate. They had no language to communicate. You see, they felt that we are civilized, going to be civilized, culture. We must have a medium of expression, a language. First, they hit upon the system called dialectic, spoken language. They could call each other. They could name each other. They could name the every situation, every circumstance, and every object around their particular life, in the neighborhood, in the surrounding. Oh, this is a neem tree, this is a banyan tree, this is a mountain, this is a river. Expressive. Human being became very, very noble and expressive. Bhakti is able to express. And that expression became more refined day by day. Got a script. Dialect and script gave me a language. But early language had no grammar. Then grammar was added to it. What I say today, 3 generations after, they can know, oh, that person spoke this way. What Astabhakta did say, what Valmiki did say, what Maharshi Vedavyasa did say, what Babaji did say, what Jogiraj did say, what Yukteswar did say, what Joganand said and wrote down in Autobiography Yogi, and what my beloved Gurudev said. His expressions are all edited, compiled in the 10 volumes of River of Compass, Ocean of Divine Bliss. Ocean of Divine Bliss. What my Guruji has taught, it's all found in the form of books. Because of grammar, because of language, they'll remain for ages to come, giving light to many confused people for generation to come. Expression. Man is now able to speak, able to think, able to write, able to contemplate, able to predict, compose poetry, compose philosophy, compose epics and philosophies. Upanishads. Bhakti. Now, man is thinking, do I have something other than the body? I see my hands, I see my legs, I see my face, I see my body as a reflection of the river stream. That's all right. I see my eyes, everything in the reflection. But is there anything other than this body? Scholars of sociology, early psychologists, early Vedic scholars, they contemplated on this and they found, yes, I as a man has a mana eva manava. I have mind. How could they come upon this kind of conclusion? The man has a mind, something subtle, something invisible, but something that could be felt. And that mind is making me dance, that mind is making me cry, that mind is making me laugh, that mind is making me gloomy, cheerful. All kinds of contrast, psychological expressions. The mind. What is that mind? Discovering the mind, they found this is something invisible, but something that can be cultivated upon to control the system of the being within. Mana. Now, finally, they use the mana, use the mind as a technology for development. Mana. Mind was not used for the evolution of technology, evolution of science, evolution of developments. And that is the beginning of our prosperity and at the beginning of our fall as well. The moment we forgot how to use the technology for good purpose or for bad purpose. If good purpose, it's upliftment. Bad purpose, it's a downward fall. I remember the day thermonuclear power is generated, the scientists telephoned to that of Prime Minister Khrushchev of Russia. Prime Minister, I have discovered the power with which sun is growing and growing, radiating sunbeam to the earth, to all surrounding. You have got it? Hand it over to me. That is the beginning of the fall. Atom bombs, then nuclear bombs. Technology. Each technology can be used for a good purpose and for a bad purpose. It is the duty of the society, duty of the government, duty of the thinkers, duty of the philosophers, duty of the teachers to combine, to help a beautiful technology to be used for beautiful purposes. Digging the earth, emptying the earth of all the mineral deposits within a short time, that doesn't speak of civilization. Ratna Garbha, Shunya Garbha. We are making the belly of the mother earth full of so much of minerals, emptying them in 1 century, 2 centuries, 3 centuries. What will the fate of our successive future generations? Anyway, Manushya, using the mind for evolution of science and technology, sometimes to beautify the life, sometimes to exploit the nature. Manushya. Then gradually man is thinking, no, I must go for a different way. I must maintain a balance. Then the man becomes Purusha. Now he is now conscious. The past conscious level of the manhood. I'm conscious of the nature, conscious of the beauty, conscious of this particular level of consumption, conscious of protection for the future. I'm conscious not to consume more, to minimize consumption. Purusha. I will not think of the materiality. I must think of spirituality as well. That is the beginning or the birth of spirituality. Pursuit of Upanishadic life. Life of peacefulness, life of truth, life of beauty, life of renunciation, life of sense of sacrifice. Then finally, man reaches the highest summit of sacrifice, renunciation. When it reaches the level of Nara, Naramayate iti Nara. No further romance with materialism. Now romance with the Brahman, Nara. Highest state of development of human mind, philosophic mind, spiritual mind, truthful mind, beautiful mind. And that is the state from where going back to the real home becomes possible. At this point, I will again take back you to the Greek political philosophy and the Ramayana days. Who shall protect this philosophic search for beauty and truth? Who shall help the human beings to go for a search of a good society, a good government? Greek philosopher said, rule of man, one man, monarchy. Rule of a few, aristocracy. Rule of mass, democracy. They concentrated on democracy. They evolved democracy to the highest form. Direct democracy, indirect democracy, giving more emphasis on the significant approach to direct democracy. City life. Opinion of the mass must be given primacy. Go back to the days of Ramayana. Primacy was given to the opinion of the man, opinion of the woman, not only the majority mass opinion, not even the minority, even a single person's view should not be trampled, should not be neglected, should not be ignored. Single man. Mankind minus a single man, that particular multitude cannot trample the opinion, the thinking, free will of a single man. Any government that can respect such kind of, say, free thinking, free man's free thinking, that government is a good government. I'll tell you, government is not only for the human beings. Government is for the animals also. Our government should be not only for the men folk, not for the women folk, not for our welfare, but for everybody. If you go to Ramayana, you will find a dog demanding justice in the court of King Ram. A priest coming from a temple in the mid-noon, he was a little bit hungry, asking a dog sleeping in the road to give him the path. The dog delayed a little, and the priest, out of anger, with the stick that he had in his hand, gave a blow to him. The blow was a little bit merciless. The dog did not say anything, went and rang the emergency bell. King must come to the darbar, to the court, and listen to the petition submitted by Sharameya. That is the name of the dog. A priest has beaten me for nothing. Summon him, give him the punishment. The priest was summoned by the king. Asked, why did you beat Sharameya the dog? I was hungry, my lord. I beg apology. I was irritated a little. And the dog was asked by the king, what punishment should be given to this hungry Brahmin? Make him the Kulapati, vice chancellor of a monastery, so that he will come to know how to issue mercy, how to issue service to all living in that monastery. That is the beginning of a joint system of welfare of both the men and the animals. Can't we, the modern citizens of democracy here, there, and everywhere, impress upon the democratic institutions to make this beautiful life dedicated to human being and the animal kingdom, welfare of all living beings? Thank you all. God bless you all.